We're going to dive into the final, mind-bending teaching from one of the most important texts in Zen Buddhism, the Diamond Sutra. You see, it doesn't end with some dense, complicated argument. Nope. It closes with a single piece of poetry, a verse so profound it's been echoing for centuries.
So, it starts by comparing our reality to this one powerful image, a dream. You know how a dream feels, right? Totally real while you're in it, but ultimately, there's nothing solid there. And then, it layers on top of that, a magical illusion. Something that looks like one thing, but is actually something else entirely. A trick of the light. Next up, we're told that everything is like a bubble in water. It's beautiful, right? Shimmering, but it's so fragile. It's here for a second, and then pop. And they're like a shadow. You can clearly see it. It's there. But try to grab it, there's nothing to hold on to. Or picture a drop of morning dew. It's perfect, glistening in the sun for just a moment, and then it's gone. It just vanishes. And for the finale, a flash of lightning, a brilliant, powerful streak of light that tears through the darkness, and in an instant, it's over. So when you put it all together, you get this absolutely stunning final verse. All conditioned phenomena are like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow, like dew or a flash of lightning. You should contemplate them thus. Wow, it's incredible poetry, but what does it really mean? Well, to get its true weight, we have to rewind just a little to a kind of cosmic wager that's made right before this verse is spoken. To make its point about what's truly valuable, the sutra sets up one of the most extreme comparisons you can possibly imagine. Okay, so picture this. On one side, it asks us to imagine a gift of the 7 treasures, gold, silver, jewels, all that stuff, enough to fill countless immeasurable worlds. I mean, a truly infinite fortune. And on the other side, someone who simply shares 4 lines of wisdom from this very teaching. That's it. And the sutra's verdict on this wager is, it's just staggering. The merit, the spiritual value from sharing just those 4 lines of wisdom is declared to be infinitely greater than the merit from that immeasurable physical treasure. So, this leads us to the absolute core question of this whole text. How can that be? Why in the world would a simple teaching, just a few words, be more valuable than all the riches in all the worlds combined? The answer lies in a single, crucial term that really unlocks this entire philosophy. The term is conditioned phenomena. Now, I know it sounds a little academic, but the idea is actually super simple. It refers to everything we experience that has a beginning and an end, anything that's created that changes over time and that eventually disappears. Your phone, your house, your thoughts, your body, even an entire galaxy. It's all conditioned phenomena. And right there, that's the connection. That immeasurable treasure, it's a conditioned phenomenon. It came from somewhere and it will eventually be gone. So in its fundamental nature, it is a dream. It is a bubble. Those 6 similes aren't just pretty poetry. They're like a lens, a way of seeing the fleeting nature of all material things. But the wisdom that allows you to see this, well, that isn't conditioned. That's timeless. Now, the sutra doesn't just drop this incredible insight and walk away. It also gives us clear instructions on how to share this wisdom with others, which, remember, it says is the action with the highest merit. And the guidance is surprisingly simple. First, share the teaching, but second, and this is the key, do it without getting attached to concepts. Don't cling to the idea of being a teacher or of them being a student. And third, share it from a place of as it is, just unwavering and undisturbed. In other words, you let the wisdom speak for itself, without your ego getting in the way. Now, you might think that hearing that everything you know and value is like a fleeting dream would be, well, kind of depressing. But the reaction of the audience in the sutra was the complete opposite. The text concludes by saying that when the audience heard this final teaching, they were all greatly joyous. There was no sadness or despair. Instead, it was this feeling of profound relief, a happy awakening. They faithfully accepted it and were ready to put it into practice. And who was in this audience? Get this. It was everyone. Monks and nuns, laymen and laywomen, but also all other beings. Gods, humans, and even demigods known as asuras. This just underlines that the message isn't for a select few. It's a universal truth, available to anyone who is willing to listen.
So ultimately, this teaching is about a radical shift in what we value. It's an invitation to move our focus away from chasing conditioned things, wealth, status, experiences, and toward cultivating the timeless wisdom that sees them for what they really are, just beautiful bubbles and flashes of lightning.
And that leaves us with a final question to really contemplate. If you were to truly take this on board, to view your life, your problems, your successes through this lens, what changes? What happens when you start to see the world not as solid and permanent, but as a fleeting, wondrous dream?